Hello everybody, welcome to the Generic Cappy YouTube channel. I am Amar, otherwise known as Generic Cappy, and today we're doing something slightly different than the content I post on this channel. Not different in the sense of, it's something that I haven't done on the channel before. It's just that this is a combination of different things, in general. This is another Pokemon TCG card pack opening, just because, these are pretty cool to do. It's always awesome just to see, some of the card designs, because normally I don't really look at the trainer's guide. I believe that's what the book is called, the official player's guide for these sets. So I don't see all the cards, and I don't open enough packs to see all the Pokemon cards that release in these sets. So it's always just awesome to open, as much items, I guess, to see as many cards. But this time I am opening a combination set, as I mentioned earlier. This one is from Costco, but it basically includes 3 items. It has a Pokeball, a Luxury Ball, so each of those items have 3 packs in them, and a base set Elite Trainer box for Scarlet and Violet, which is very cool. Again, this is an item from Costco, so I know I think most of the warehouse type stores have these types of items, which is very awesome. And I know they have unique ones. I think this one might be exclusive to Costco, but I know there was one that had a lunchbox tin. I'm not sure if that was also at Costco or one of the other stores, but it's still very cool. So this one, as I mentioned earlier, includes the Elite Trainer box. It has the same description as the Elite Trainer box that we opened a couple of months ago, which is pretty cool. So it includes 9 packs, the foil art for Koraidon or Miraidon. In this case, it's Miraidon. 65 sleeves, 45 energy cards, the player's guide, 6 damage counter dice, 1 competition legal coin flip die, 2 plastic condition markers, 2 collector's boxes, or no, not 2. 1 collector's box that is pretty much the actual box that all the items come in, and then a code card. And then the Pokeballs are 3 TCG packs and 1 Pokemon coin. So, altogether we have 15 packs, which is very awesome. The other thing I want to show off, and I already did a video on this, so you all will see that video, I think, before this one. But I also was able to pick up both Super Mario Bros. Wonder, which is very, very cool, and Marvel's Spider-Man 2, which again is very, very cool. I did do an unboxing video, but in the boxing video, the plastic is also off of the games, just because where I got the games, they put a sticker that had a couple of different, had a couple information about where the store was and everything. I didn't really want to, have to go through that, so I just opened it. But, I'll be talking about those games through this video, which is why I wanted to show the games off, just to, talk about them. I won't include, I won't be talking about any spoilers or anything, but, I'm having a great time with the games, and so I figured, this would also be a perfect time just to talk about them while we're opening some Pokemon packs. So that's kind of also why I said this is going to be a little different, because normally when I am doing, types of videos, I normally focus maybe just on 1 or 2 topics. This time we'll be doing a couple topics, which is fairly cool. But yeah. Sorry, I'm getting the plastic off the Pokemon pack. Well, not Pokemon packs, the Pokemon items. Just so it's easier to, go through everything. But yeah, I've played more of Super Mario Odyssey. Super Mario Bros. Wonder so far, just because that has been the game that's been for me, not the easiest. But I guess it is probably easier than Spider-Man 2. But it's just been the one I'm able to, since the Switch is portable, I can play that anytime. PlayStation is a little difficult to play all the time, so again, so I'll have probably more thoughts on Mario than Spider-Man, but still, I'll have some thoughts on Spider-Man. I guess the first item we're actually going to start off with is the Pokeballs, just because I believe these Pokeballs have a little earlier packs, so I believe some of them might have But I think all of them have, or both of them have only Sword and Shield packs, which is cool still. Because again, I didn't open many of. I think I opened one Elite Trainer box from each set of Sword and Shield, but I didn't open. I don't think I opened anything beyond those. So, besides, I think probably earlier on, when it was a little harder to get Pokemon card packs, I think I ordered just singles. It was easier to do that than try to look for Elite Trainer boxes. So I think maybe I'm not really sure what sets are in these Pokeballs. Sorry, I'm having a difficulty getting this one open. But I'm not really sure what sets are in these ones specifically. I just know I think it's Sword and Shield, and nothing from Scarlet and Violet, which is fine. You know, you have a little bit of a throwback. It's not really a throwback, but still, you know, it's kind of a throwback of some sort. So I believe even up to I think even this year there was still Scarlet and Violet stuff releasing with the Crown Zenith, which is very cool. But let's see, because you know we're about to have a reveal of the packs that we get. So again, we get 3 packs. I will look at those after. Okay, there's the coins in the pack. So the coin is a large EV coin, which is very, very cool. It's EV coin. And then, so the packs that were included is a Lost Origins, another Lost Origins right there, and a Silver Tempest, which again is very cool. So let's see, focus on the Silver Tempest. Yeah, so Silver Tempest. And then I don't know what that is in the Pokeball. So let's put the coin back in there. Put the Pokeball right here, and then we'll open these first, and then I'll open the other 2 items after that. But you know, let me start by talking about the games, just so you know I don't forget, I guess, to continue talking about them. So as I mentioned earlier, I'll start with Spider-Man just because I've put less time into Spider-Man so far. It's a very good game. I've had a lot of fun with it. I think I will talk about maybe the first hour, because I think that's been here's a code card. That's been widely posted on the internet. I think you know, even before, I don't know if the card trick is with these. I don't think so. But even because of fire energy. So but even with during the review period, I think that reviewers were able to post the first hour of the game. So I'll talk about that. First hour is very good. You know, introduces a lot of the mechanics that you will be seeing in the game. You know, overall, like, I think the first hour of most games should probably a non-holo rare of Zygarde, which is very cool, and a Frostlass reverse holo, very nice. But I don't think it's a spoiler now to talk about how Sandman is in the game, because they did include Sandman in the original. Sorry about that. In the final trailer for the game. So, and it's like the most prominent thing. And Sandman is in the first hour. Sandman was actually maybe in the first 30 minutes. So, you know, I don't think that's much of a spoiler. But Sandman is very cool. It's a very cool boss fight. You know, I don't think... Honestly, I think out of all of the introductory boss battles that we've had in the Spider-Man series, so Kingpin and I think Rhino was the other 2. I think this one was probably the best. You know, it's the most cinematic out of all of them, and I think that it showed off the features a lot better. Like in the first, that's a regular rare Poliwrath, which is very cool, and a reverse holo of Sableye, which is very nice. But yeah, so I think it introduced the features of Spider-Man the best so far, just because, you know, in the actual battle we were able to use the wingsuit, which is very fun. It's very fun to fly around New York City, and you know, just all of the areas in Spider-Man 2. You know, with the wingsuit, I gotta admit, I haven't expertise. That's the right word. I'm not an expert at using the wingsuit yet, just because the controls are a little bit weird to me. It's like a little bit, I think it's inverted. when you're playing it with the control stick, Parasect, and a full art Hisuian Electrode V, which is awesome. That's actually a very cool. I don't think I have that one yet, which is very, very awesome. Sorry, I think that's the issue with me doing these types of videos where I'm talking about multiple things all at once, just because there is stuff that can happen with these Pokemon cards. I do have to stop talking about what I'm talking about before to mention, but still, as I mentioned, I think the Sandman battle is probably the best out of all of them, and I think it is also the one that involves the story the most, because I'm not going to go into like what exactly is happening with Sandman, but there is like side quests and collectibles associated with that battle, so I think that's very cool. I don't think we got that with like the Kingpin. Well, maybe we did kind of with like the hideout battles in the original Spider-Man, and then some of like the smaller battles. I think the similar like I opened the thing. It is the same packs, so this time we have a Charizard coin, which is very cool. And we have 2 Lost Origins again, and a Silver Tempest, which is very cool. But yeah, so I don't think there was like anything like outside of the I forgot what it's called. The Rhino battle from Miles Morales in the game in like the actual game. But this one does have like story elements to it, connected to it, outside of just the battle itself. So I think that is pretty cool that they were able to do that with the game. I think it just makes it a little bit more immersive, and you're able to like, it makes everything in the battles that I've played so far a little bit more memorable when, I still have to do things related to that battle in the first place. So I think that's pretty cool. The beginning of the game is very nice. As I mentioned, it does start with a flashback, which I think is fairly cool that they were able to do that. I don't know which one I just opened. I think I just opened a Silver Tempest. Yeah, I just opened a Silver Tempest, I think. Maybe a Lost Origin? Okay, I opened a Lost Origin. So yeah, I think that's for Water Energy, Psychic Energy. But yeah, so just so I get my thoughts back together. The first hour is fun. It does start off with a flashback, which is pretty cool. In that flashback, I believe, but since I haven't played much of the game yet, I don't know what the implications of that flashback is on like the whole story just as of yet. But it does seem like it probably a Radiant Steelix and a Pidgeot V. Whoa, we got a Radiant Steelix and a Pidgeot V. Very, very awesome. Very, very awesome indeed. We'll open the Silver Tempest. We'll leave the last Lost Origin for the end. But yeah, what else was I trying to say? I believe that it sets up the full game, or like the main parts of the game through that flashback. I should just guessed Water Energy there. But I don't really. I've played up to. It's not a spoiler that you meet Harry in the game. So I've played up to where you meet Harry and you do a little bit of a side quest with him, which is very cool. It's a very cool side quest. It kind of matches. Frostless, Hollow, or non-hollow, and a Solia or Delusion reverse hollow, which is very cool. But yeah, so I played up to that point. So far it's been pretty fun, and I finished that quest, so I'm beyond the first moment that you meet Harry in the game, which is very nice. Very nice. That was a very nice sequence of events. It's similar to. I'm expecting, based on that and the way the game started, that this game will probably have a good amount of flashbacks. The game does allude to, with the Sandman battle, that Peter Parker has fought Sandman in that universe already before. So I have to assume that maybe there's going to be a flashback with Sandman. Okay, so I messed it up. But we got a regular rare Magerna, which is very cool. Water Energy. Fantina. But yeah, so I mean, it'd be cool if we were able to see exactly, maybe go as like a flashback to battle the sand, like that first battle with Sandman, assuming it's Lagoo, which is very awesome. So yeah, I think that would be kind of fun if they were to do that. But they didn't do that with the other games, and they kind of alluded to the fact that in those games you've already also fought those already fought like the Vulture, and well, we hadn't fought Mr. Negative yet, but like you've already fought the Vulture and Scorpion and that stuff before. They kind of allude to that, but I'm not actually 100% sure if those battles were like the first time that Peter's fought any of those villains. I don't think so, because I think at that point he had already been Spider-Man for about 7 years, 5 or 7 years. So I don't think, but it's possible, I guess. I think that might have also though been the first time in that game that he's fought Kingpin, for instance, which is very cool. But yeah, so I don't think there's really much more to speak about in terms of Spider-Man without spoiling anything that I've done so far. And again, I don't think I've actually done that much in the game, just because I'm only like an hour and a half into the game. I do plan to continue playing more, obviously, when I have the time to, but like I don't think I haven't done like any major boss battles yet besides a Sandman. So here is our Miraidon promo, which is very cool. Our sleeves. I don't think I actually have the sleeves, because when I did the pack opening for the base set, I actually opened up the Pokemon Center Elite Trainer box. I don't think I showed many of the code cards. So here is a code card. I gotta try to get through to some of these. Here's another code card. Again, as with any of my Pokemon card videos, if you do want a code card, just put it down in the comments below, and I will reply with a code. Or you can DM me on any social media that I have in my description below. You can DM me on those platforms, and I will also send you a code card when I have the time to. Because obviously, I have to also go through some of the code cards just to make sure those aren't the ones I've shown in the video. So I try to send, as to the best of my ability, unique code cards. I think that's it. Yeah, that is it. I haven't seen these pack cards in a long time, but the 3 basic pack cards are the 3 starters, Miraidon and Koraidon, which is very nice. I believe. So we have 4 Koraidons, which, and that's okay. We got 2 of the starters, 2 starters, and then we got 3 Miraidons. So I will just start with the Koraidon, just because that's the one we have the most out of, which is very interesting. But yeah, that is, again, I've talked about the wingsuit. Okay, so I just realized that the video cut off right before I started opening the Scarlet and Violet packs. So we didn't really pull anything, too extraordinary outside of just the normal like colors you get in the packs. But I was talking, pretty much finishing my discussion on the Spider-Man game, like Spider-Man 2. Some of the wingsuit, I already talked about the wingsuit. Overall, I think I've talked about most of the things that I could talk about when it comes to the game, just because I don't want to again go into too much spoilers. But I also haven't. Oh, I got Iron Threads EX. What the? What the heck? Okay, that kind of threw me off. But yeah, I haven't really. I mean, again, I haven't played much of the games just yet. So I can't like say too much about it. I've played, as I mentioned earlier, a lot more of Super Mario Bros. Wonder than Spider-Man 2. I hope the video caught it, but I think the last thing I talked about was just I think the characters in this game are really cool. I wasn't able to show much of the code cards, so let me actually get a couple of them from Scarlet and Violet. I think this is one of them. Yes, this is one of them. So here's one code card from Scarlet Violet, and let me see if I have, and there's one more in the back of this pack. As I mentioned again at the beginning of this video, or like when I start opening these packs, if you do want a code card, just send me a message either, or you can comment down here, or send me a message on any of the social medias linked down in the description, and I will send you a code card. Launcher, Nest Ball. What? A gold Nest Ball. What the heck? That's like 2 for 2 on right after. Here's the code card. Here's the Lucha Hollow, which is very cool. Right after I opened those, I mean, I guess maybe it's a reason that those packs didn't show up in the video, or like I guess it cut out. But yeah, that is pretty much all. I mean, I've had a really good time with Spider-Man so far. You know, the characters, obviously Miles, Peter, MJ, and Harry, and I guess Rio Morales, Miles' mom, are the main characters we have met so far. I think that's it, actually. Obviously, we've also met Sandman, Marco. So, but obviously, I hope the video caught it as well. But I'm really looking forward to learning more about Marco's story, either through some of the side quests that I think opened up, through the boss battle, and then some of like the battles that you're able to do. I'm looking forward to learning more about his backstory in relation to the Insomniac Spider-Verse, the Spider-Man universe. But yeah, that is pretty much all I have to talk about when it comes to Spider-Man. Get one more right now. Yeah, so again, I'm just gonna move right into Mario. I played a lot more of Mario. It cut off when I was talking about it, but I think Mario is gonna be my game of the year, as long as it keeps up with the pace that it has had so far. I don't really see a reason why it wouldn't be my game of the year at this point, just because I'm just having such a good time with it. And maybe that is a little bit biased, because, you know, before this, it was Tears of the Kingdom, now it's Mario Bros. Wonder. Spider-Man is definitely gonna, okay, so Armor Luge, Grass Energy, and a code card. I mean, so yeah, Tears of the Kingdom was definitely going to be my game of the year before this. And Spider-Man is definitely also going to be nominated. I mean, it's going to be like one of my nominees for like one of my favorite games of the year. But I've just had such a good time with Mario so far that I think, you know, I don't really see a reason why I wouldn't think it's my game of the year by the time I finish it. But I think it's just, I mean, I'm speaking a little bit too early on that. Because I'm only on World 2. I have unlocked some of the secret worlds in the game, which is very cool. There's like, I think, a couple secret worlds. I'm not sure about that. But I think I've unlocked like one through doing something in one of the levels in the game, which is very cool. So, I mean, I'm looking forward to that. I think I have them right on Reverse Hollow 2 somewhere. I have to look for that. But, yeah. So, again, I don't really know what I can talk about when it comes to Mario. The elephant power-up is very cool. The bubble power-up, I haven't had much time with it yet thus far, but that is also very cool. And I haven't gotten to the point where I can get the real power-up just yet, but I am looking forward to that. Houndoom. But yeah, Houndoom. But yeah, that's... I know I talked so much about Spider-Man, but I just have had such a good time with Mario. The online in Mario is actually very good. You know, I mean, I don't really know how to explain it, but, you know, I didn't expect it to be as good as it was before. And maybe that's just because I didn't really know what the online would look like before the game's release. Just because I do think that maybe it was a little bit confusing, like the marketing around the online. I thought maybe it would just be, you know, actual just like ghosts of players that have already played through that level. And maybe it still is, I'm not really sure, but from what I've gathered, I think it's actually real people. If anybody has like any clarification on that, I would really appreciate it. But I've played with the online on for pretty much my whole playthrough, and you know, I've had a really good time with it. Oh, Palmont full art, trainer art, I believe. Yeah, it's a trainer art, that's a very cool trainer art. Whoa. And then cloth, hollow, metal energy, and a code card. But yeah, again, I've had such a good time with the online. I played the level design in each of the game, like all the levels I've played so far. I don't think I've had an issue with any of the levels. They've all been really cool. There's a lot of secrets in the game. That's why I've also been mainly playing with the online on, just because there is a bunch of different secrets. I guess I can clean up. Well, I am still talking about Mario, but yeah, there's a bunch of secrets in the game that if I wasn't playing online and like people weren't indicating it to me, that I wouldn't have realized that were actually there. Like how to get something with the purple coins, or like some levels have an additional wonder seed by just going through and doing something a little different in the level. And I wouldn't have noticed that or realized that if I wasn't, playing online, which is something that I hope Nintendo keeps that in the future. I think I've tweeted about this before, but I do hope that Mario becomes a series that is just once per generation on Nintendo consoles. Like maybe, obviously, we don't really know what the next Nintendo console looks like, if it's not backwards compatibility with anything or anything like that. I believe it will, but that's a discussion for another video. Hint, hint, probably at the end of the year, as we get closer to the next Nintendo console, I believe. I found them right on. Here it is. But yeah. Forgot what I was saying. Yeah, but I mean, I hope that Super Mario Bros. The 2D series does become once a generation, similar to what the 3D games are pretty much now. Obviously, we did also get Galaxy. We got Galaxy and Galaxy 2 during the Wii generation, but that was like the same game. I hope that, I think it would be kind of, I don't think it would be lackluster. I don't think that's what I'm trying to say, but I do think it would be kind of, not weird. I don't really know what the word I'm trying to say about it, but I do think, I'm not sure if people want another game that's like exactly similar to Wonder. So I don't know if I want Wonder to be like a 2D, like the new Super Mario Brothers series. I don't think I'd want Wonder to be like its own series. I think I just want Nintendo to continue to build off and do, experimental things with Mario. And obviously, that's a lot that's a lot of what Wonder is at the current moment. So, I guess whatever 2D game comes in the future may be similar to Wonder, but I do hope that Nintendo just continues to evolve the 2D Mario series into something that's, continues to be fun, because this is extremely fun. It's been extremely fun to play through all of the games so far. And I don't really have many critiques of the game, if any. I didn't also have any critiques from Spider-Man, so, again, I'm having just a really good time with both the games. World 1 in Mario Wonder is extremely huge. I did not expect it to be as big as it was. And I think that's just because of the couple of the secrets that you can get in World 1. I'm not sure if those the same like secrets or type of secrets are in World 2, so that obviously may affect like the size of World 2 and then any of the future worlds. But World 1 is humongous. Like, I guess and it's like wonderful. I know that's like something a lot of people have been saying, but the game overall is wonderful. World 1 is wonderful. What else can I say about it? Yeah, I mean, there's obviously a lot more I could probably say. I goes a little bit into spoilers. I mean, it is a Mario game, so there's not like too many spoilers. Outside of just like the mechanics in the game. But still, I mean, I don't want to like talk about something and then people, not people, but like I don't want to talk about something and then some people may construe it as a spoiler, and to me, honestly, some of the stuff also might be a spoiler, and that's also why I'm not talking about it, just because, I do want people to experience this game, in the best way possible, because for me, I did not really watch much of the, probably I haven't really watched much of the promotional material since the Direct aired, the Mario Direct aired. Well, I guess Super Mario Wonder wasn't really in the Nintendo Direct in September either. So I haven't really watched any promotional material since the Direct for Super Mario Bros. Wonder aired. So for me, a lot of the stuff was still very surprising. And I hope that that's happened with a lot of people when it comes to this game, because I think this game is going to be one that a lot of people remember going into the future. And then, especially as I mentioned earlier, I do hope Nintendo continues to build off of this series, or just this 2D Mario in general, where we get like one really good one per generation. There is rumors that there's going to be a 3D Mario at launch for the next Nintendo console. I think it'd be cool if we start with the generation pretty much the similar way that we did with the last with the Switch's generation, where we start off with a 3D Mario pretty much, and we end with a 2D Mario. I think that'd be kind of cool, and I think that's a good formula for them to do going into the future, like, because I guess they could also do the same thing with Zelda, even though I think Zelda's a little more difficult to do that with, just because I don't think as much people play the 2D Zelda games. So it'd be just a little more difficult to, do like actually, you know what? I know a lot of people do play the 2D Zelda games, so I'm not trying to discredit that. But I don't really know if it would be like the same thing necessarily, as 2D Mario and 3D Mario. So yeah, again, as I mentioned earlier, I do believe that Super Mario Bros. Wonder will probably be my game of the year at this point. I don't know if you'll get nominated at the get the Game Awards this year, just because there's so much games that came out this year that's magnificent. And I don't, that well, I'll forget about that. Oh no, actually, never mind. I can do this. So I hope it does get nominated at the Game Awards just because of how good it is, but I honestly would understand why it wouldn't, just because of how full this year has been. In any other year, I think Mario Bros. Wonder would be a lock for the Game Awards, but just because of how many good games came out this year, I think it's a question. I think the only locks really are Tears of the Kingdom and Baldur's Gate, which there's an at the time I'm recording this, there's also going to be an Xbox event on, I think, tomorrow, the 25th. So we might see Baldur's Gate 3 there. That's a little off topic, but we might see Baldur's Gate there, which is gonna be pretty fun for the Xbox. But yeah, that is pretty much all I have for the video today. Again, we opened some packs, but we mainly talked about Spider-Man and Super Mario Bros. Wonder, which is really cool. And yeah, I had a really good time doing this. I'm gonna try to do more discussion videos in the future that are probably a little more focused than this one. I originally just intended to open the Pokemon cards today just on its own, but I know I do that a lot on this channel, so I just wanted to also talk about Spider-Man and Mario to the best of my abilities. Honestly, I talked about both of them. I actually may do another video in the future talking about these games again, together. I don't think I'm going to do a separate video on them, but when I finish both of them, I might do like another discussion video. I'd have to find like another one of these to try to open while I'm talking about these games, but I had a really good time again talking about both these games. This video is close to, I think, 35 minutes, so it's pretty long. Obviously, I hope you could probably go through the video, and the first half, like the first 2/3 are Spider-Man, the last 1/3 is Mario, just because even though I've played more Mario, I do think some of the stuff in these games, the 2D Mario games, are pretty explanatory. It's 2D Mario. 2D Mario with the twist. The Wonder Flowers again. Oh, I haven't even talked about the Wonder Flowers. The Wonder Flowers have been awesome. I've gotten the Wonder Flower in each video, in each level. I believe I think I have 100% of each level I've done so far. So I believe every single level I've done has a Wonder Flower I've gotten. So that's pretty cool. I'm very happy about that. You know, the Wonder Flowers are very cool overall, and it's just, you know, overall the game's just been really good. Same thing with Spider-Man 2. And yeah, that is all I have for you all today. I know I did a little tease at the bigger video I'm planning for some point in December. I gotta like start to prepare for that one. Just because I think it's gonna be a pretty long form discussion of both talking about what the Switch has done through its entire lifespan, but also, you know, it's pretty much assumed at this point that the next Nintendo console is next year. So, you know, whether if that's early next year, middle of next year, end of next year. So at some point, you know, we're going to start talking about that console in a lot of, you know, in a very serious way in terms of like what the games are going to be at launch and, you know, some of the stuff you want to see on that console. So, and, you know, I think the video that I do that on the, that topic will probably talk about like when I think it's going to get revealed, when I think we're going to have a long form presentation of it. A little bit, I guess, of where my thoughts are at the moment is that I believe we'll see the console by the beginning of next year, by I think January, unless we have a Nintendo Direct Mini in January, because at that point then I think the next full Nintendo Direct we see, we're going to see the new game, like at least 1 or 2 games for that console that's made by Nintendo. So I think if we have a full direct in February, we will see the console in January. And then if we do not have a direct in February, if we have like a direct mini in January like they did in 2018, and they like hold off until doing a direct until like maybe March or April, actually them reviewing like the console in February and then doing new games for that in December. I mean, in the Nintendo Direct. But obviously we probably will also be getting like a full-on presentation for the console, so I don't know when that would happen just yet. You know, maybe we don't have a Direct at the beginning of next year, because it seems like Nintendo has announced most of what they have left for the Switch. That's going to be exclusive to the Switch. So again, we don't really know what the next probably year and a half looks like from the perspective of Nintendo. Because we don't really also have a big game left besides Metroid Prime 4, and that's probably either going to be cross-gen, or it's going to be exclusive to the Switch, or it's going to be exclusive to the next console. So, but that is pretty much all we have left. So, yeah, again, I kind of extended this for a little bit longer. But I hope you all enjoyed this video once again, and I will see you in the next one. So make sure to make you happy, because that rhymes with generic happy, and I'll see you later. Goodbye.